Today, we're in Virginia Beach at Stumpy Lake, a local trouble spot.
Today we're going to talk about how climate change affects the trouble spots and the sea level rise in certain trouble spots. Climate change here in our local area in Hampton Roads, the problem with what it's doing is that it's opening up the ozone layer and it's disrupting wind patterns. And when the wind patterns get disrupted, it causes more weather and storms to be moved through the area, like El Nino gets moved into the area, so it rains a lot more in certain places. So when it rains here, the water level, as you can see in the rocks all the way on the side, it rises up super high. It even floods the streets sometimes when it floods. And it causes a huge level of rising, so you can see it kills off all the vegetation that used to be here.
All the animals.
And not many animals come to this part anymore. They all stay on the far side where not much rise happens through the rocks. And a lot of spiders. But when it rises and kills off all the things, it creates a huge flooding area, which is a big problem. Virginia Beach has invested a lot of money into keeping this area safe
And fixing it.
yeah, with all the rocks being moved here. And then on the far side, they're tearing down a lot of the trees and adding more rocks. They're just doing a lot, spending a lot of money to make sure that this area stays safe from all the rising and the climate change. Due to the rise of sea level, by the year 2069, it is predicted that a third of Florida will be submerged in water and will no longer be accessible due to all the rise of the polar ice caps melting and the shift of the sea level.
All right. Many people are interested in climate change and how changing climate can affect oceans and various other waterways. With the majority of Americans living in coastal states, rising water levels can have potentially large impacts. Scientists have determined that global sea level has been steadily rising since 1900 at a rate of 0.04 to 0.1 inches per year. Sea level can rise by two different ways with respect to climate change. First, as oceans warm due to an increase in global temperature, seawater expands, which makes it take up much more space in the ocean basin, causing a rise in water level. Secondly, the melting of the polar ice caps over land, which then adds water to the ocean, also contributing to sea level rise.
In the Hampton Roads area alone, in the past 10 years, according to a 2014 consensus, the area and the city of Virginia Beach, Portsmouth, and Chesapeake alone have totally combined to spend a total of $6.4 million in rehabilitation in ecosystems like this one that get torn down by the rise and the drop of the water levels quickly, the reconstruction of buildings that are damaged by trouble spots and the rise of sea level on the coastline, and in repairing ecosystems so like First Landing State Park and try to get the vegetation back to its normal back to its normal space so that everything can go back to normal. A whole mess of economic trouble has been started from the sea level rise on the coastline, and Virginia Beach alone has spent $2.4 million in the last 3 years,
2.4.
big numbers, to repair homes, repair public buildings, and repair the coastline and try to prevent the rise of sea level in areas at the oceanfront, Chicks Beach, and other various spots.
In the 2018 census, Hampton Roads area in Virginia Beach released a report saying that they spent almost $400,000 since 2016 repairing our coastline damage and repairing local neighborhoods and replacing vegetation due to the rise of water in the ocean front and local lakes or ponds, destroying our habitats. Economic impact in Hampton Roads has shown how sea level rise depletes the local economy through damaging local property. We need to put a stop to this now.
As you can see in this area, the effects of flora and fauna are greatly shown. The rise of the water in this trouble spot, and then it goes back down tremendously due to inconsistencies at the level, has washed away about 4 feet of vegetation all the way around. And then it leaves trash to wash up, and trash goes in the water easily, and the vegetation does not grow back. It has been like this for over a year now. Only one measly little bush trying to come back. What is that gonna do? Nothing.
Also, due to this hecticness, we see a lack of. Hold on, bro. Y'all can't be laughing
A lack
during my
of
present.
animals present
hey.
in the area.
I got it. Calm down. Now, I ask you, where are the animals? In a beautiful man-made lake.
Speak up.
The beautiful man-made lake, such as this gorgeous thing. We need animals. They have all left because it is now no longer a safe place for them to live. Now I ask you, do you see any animals?
Do you see any animals?
Do you see the trash that is being found in
Who
this lake?
drinks Mountain Dew?
Mountain Dew is not meant for animals.
This is treacherous, and we need to stop it now.